Some people are born to see rainbows. Some people are born to only see hope. Some people can see a beautiful rose even when it's buried inside of concrete. Some people just have that type of vision. Some people have that type of spirit, that type of energy, that type of positive vibration, that type of love. They have that inside of them. Reign RoseGold is that. From the moment that we met, between her and Radio Pushers, she brought that energy to the table. The first day I met her, I wrote a press release on the phone within 7 minutes. Because I felt her energy through the phone. The way she dresses, the way she thinks, the way she moves, it's all a reflection of her heart, of what she believes. Her creative differences, her mass appeal. She appeals to anybody. Her color is iridescent. Reign RoseGold, House of Hits, my brother Vinny, Serge, what's good? Dorian, the untouchable Radio Pushers, the GOAT on the interview. Let's get it. People, we're alive inside the House of Hits studios in Miami. It's a great time to be alive, man. Any day above ground is good. A lot of people say that, but not a lot of people really appreciate that, to being able to breathe, drink clean water, eat clean food. A lot of people wake up every day deeply in the struggle. And sometimes we only celebrate that or notice that when it's the holidays or it's Christmas or it's Thanksgiving. But there's people really out here struggling, not because they put themselves in a bad position. It's because life sometimes spins you around in different directions. But they're trying. They're making an effort. It's not their fault. And sometimes you have to play the hand you're dealt with. Mm-hmm. They say you can choose your friends, you can't choose your family. With family come trauma. It comes unconditional love. It comes dysfunction. But it's who we are. It's part of what we are. We all are fragments of our family, broken pieces that make up into one big puzzle. That's life. When I met Reign RoseGold, we had a conversation. She was talking real fast, but she was making sense. And there was funny things. Never happened to me before. During the interview, you remember what I did? During our conversation, before you even paid any money, what did I do?
You made an article for me?
Exactly. I wrote an article on the phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On the phone.
Yeah.
Literally, I wrote on the phone. I wrote a whole article on the phone. I said, don't move. So what you didn't know was that you were so honest. You were so vulnerable. That's beautiful. You know why vulnerability is beautiful? Because now you're facing your fears. Mm-hmm. A lot of people wear makeup. A lot of people put on a mask in life. Mm-hmm. They don't want to deal with who they are. It's ugly. Mm-hmm. I've always looked good on the outside. I haven't always looked good on the inside. Mm-hmm. I've treated people bad. I've disowned people. I've been an a-hole to people. I've disregarded people. I've ignored people. I grew from that. Because I paid a high price for that, right? To be where I am. But I also learned. The beautiful thing about you is you understand your vulnerability. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't understand it. That's why they refuse it. They always say you refuse what you don't want to understand. I don't want to talk about it. Let it go. I don't want to talk about mental health. I don't want to talk about what happened. Talk about it.
Right.
I'm the king of adversity. I love it. If you says no problem, I says no problem. I'm with it. Mm-hmm. Whatever we got to discuss, let's talk about it. I wrote the article in 15 minutes. Just stuff start pouring. Yeah. But I'm a real journalist. I'm not like everybody else. I'm different. I'm built different. I'm special. You're special. I want you to know that your vulnerability, your naturalness, your organic vibe, your truth, you speak a significant, distinctive language of truth. Very few people do. And I respect that about you, Reign RoseGold. Welcome to the House of Hits. Welcome to the Hype Fresh sponsored podcast. How you feel?
Great. Thank you.
Had to give that Diddy intro. You know how to break it in like that. Give people some background.
That was great. That was beautiful.
Thank you. What's the truth? Can't never not the truth, right?
Right. That's right.
All right. There are many layers to you.
There is.
Man, we're going to get into all of them, but we're going to talk about at least 2 or 3. Because I want people to know who you are. Not all of who you are, but give us a chapter. Beyond the shades, beyond the makeup, beyond the beautiful ensemble, there's a soul.
Yeah.
2022, where are you in your life right now when you look in the mirror? How do you feel about yourself?
I feel proud. I actually sometimes literally pat myself on the back. I've survived a lot.
You have?
You know, still working toward my goals. Still seeing amazing things. Being here, one of them. I feel like I'm in it to win it. Like, there's just no stopping. Maybe a pause, maybe a hiccup, maybe a flat tire, but no actual stopping.
I like that.
Yeah.
You're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Marathon continues. Shout a nip. Definitely. Music has been therapy for you.
Yes.
Copy That was the first record I heard. You submitted it. Westwood reviewed it, played it in the room. Shout out to him. And that record, you said a lot. What does music say to you when you're making it in the creative process? Like, what's going through your mind? What is music saying to you when you're writing, you're in the booth? Explain your whole mojo.
Yeah.
In the creative space.
Yeah, it's crazy because I don't know if other artists are like this, but I hear words with beats.
Okay.
Like, I could hear, like, I hear syllables and words and stories being told. Yeah. And then if it's like a beat that they named, I'm like, okay, they named it that for a reason. Like, okay, Dark Tears maybe. So I hear the sadness in the song, whatever. But yeah, the beat tells a story to me first, and then I bring that out in the song, which is interesting because I do a lot of poetry, and sometimes I just yeah, and it's like if I don't find a beat that's matching the vibe of the poetry, because that beat is telling a different story, and kind of go from there, see what I can tap into, and then make it work. Yeah, I can't, once I hear like the syllables and the story being told, I can't stop it in a beat. So
tell me this. Music is the universal language of the world. I always say that. And, you know, I've written about you, 3 different times now?
Maybe more.
Yeah. Every time is different. Every time a different message. I write a lot of pictures, right? How does your music impact the world now? Because the world is different. So when you think about your sound, you think about the lyrics you compose. Because I think about my writing. Me as a journalist, like I got a beautiful article about Travis Scott, right? Not Travis Scott, A$AP Rocky. It's on Hype Fresh.
People always confuse them too.
Yeah, I don't know why I did. I didn't mean to do that. But I wrote an article about A$AP Rocky right before Rihanna had her baby. It's on hypefresh.co. And it talks about, because he was involved in that legal situation. But I always thought about how my words would impact his fans and his family and him. When you think about the lyrics, because you're very autobiographical, you're very detailed, you're very open. How do you feel your music impacts the world? Who does it relate to?
I feel like it impacts the world. I feel like it's a frequency for me.
Okay, I respect that.
Like, not to be cliche or like
I get it.
Too avant-garde, but yeah, I feel like my music's a frequency. Like,
Erykah Badu.
Yes.
Tyrone.
Yes, and people tell me that on their own. Like, I don't coach them to say that.
It's a vibe. Yeah, you got a vibe. I can relate to that.
Yeah. So just like healing and soothing and just like you said, being comfortable with your vulnerability and you just being comfortable in your own body, you as a person. And through that, I hope that it empowers people to be themselves.
You're 15 years old. Stay with me.
Okay.
I'm going to take you somewhere.
Okay.
You're not 15 now, obviously.
12.
14, 15 is a transitional period. What were you like during that period in your life? Talk about it. 14 to 16. Give me who was Reign RoseGold during that time.
I'll go so deep. Good thing I'm wearing shades. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Hey, talk heavy. You know, we here.
Oh, I remember 14.
He said,
Yeah. 'Cause my hips came in.
Okay.
But I didn't realize that. Like, my aunt was like, "Where those hips come from?" I'm like, "Is that bad?" Like, oh, I guess I'm turning into a woman or something. Yeah, it was weird because I felt like a child still. Yeah, I always writing poetry, so I was writing poetry at that age still.
Okay.
But I remember just feeling kind of like a little lost.
Lost?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I didn't understand, like, why my body was starting to look older than who I was.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But then I saw Beyonce. That kind of changed it a little bit.
Okay.
And that made me feel better about myself. Yeah, I don't know.
Let me ask you this. During that transition period, who was the most insightful? Who was the most positive? Who had the most positive influence on you between 14 and 16 to help you kind of like make that leap into womanhood almost?
My mom.
Okay.
She's deceased, but my mom. Wow, my dad.
Your dad still living?
Yes, he's still living. My aunts, my cousins. Teachers, school teachers too.
Yeah, teachers are beautiful.
Yeah,
they're the second teachers of the child next to the mother.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. You know, if it's too emotional, don't answer it. You know, trying to phrase it the right way.
Oh yeah.
I just want to make sure we're right.
Let's get some water.
Point. That's all right. That's Mountain Valley. Shout out to them.
This is mine, right?
That's yours.
What's up, Mountain Valley?
Let me ask you this. I'll wait till you're done. Go ahead. Take your time.
There you go. Okay.
Because I think this is very important.
Yeah.
Music says a lot, but then it doesn't say everything.
Right.
That's why interviews are so important, right? Beyond the makeup, beyond the hair, beyond everything, beyond all that. What voice inside of you did you think the world needs to hear? What message from you?
Ooh.
Because you're very, we talk. You deep.
Yeah.
And there's multiple layers to you.
Yeah.
You deal with a lot. You text me sometime and say, hey, I'm low frequency, I'm this and that. I give you space,
Yeah.
That's coming from a place, a little trauma, a little things that happen. We ain't got to get into it.
Yeah.
But you're fighting through it. Mm-hmm. I love that about you.
Thank you.
How do you be strong for the next 14 and 15-year-old Reign RoseGold? How do you be strong for them? What do you need to create to give them that? Because for the person feeling lost or whatever.
Yeah.
What can your music do to help them?
Provide a gateway, an outlet, steps to healing, but acceptance and having no shame in you, in being you, and in being a free thinker and having your own ideas and knowing that it's okay. Like, we're always trying to fix things about us as if there's something wrong.
Yep, true.
But it's like, no, if there's one God, one source, and we're here, a part of that, there's nothing wrong with you. Mm-hmm. In most cases, we're blessed beyond our own comprehension. So just providing a space for, those girls to understand that they are okay as they are. No matter what, like, you are enough, you're okay.
You're enough.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anybody ever told you that in your youth? You enough? Did you feel like you were not enough?
I didn't. And so when you asked me about being 14, I didn't feel like I was enough. I felt like, who am I?
Right.
And why are these hips morphing? What did I do to deserve that?
You're a content creator. You're a musician. Copy that. I love the energy. I love your flair on it. You're going to walk in that booth. You're going to shut it down.
Oh.
Ozzy, Dr. Dre, a.k.a. my guy. He going to shut it down. You ready for that?
Oh, okay, yes.
Hey, it's part of the deal.
Yeah.
All right? I love your honesty. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
This content is beautiful. You're a beautiful person.
Thank you.
And I want you to own your truth like you've been doing. Remember, I love the fact that you understand your vulnerability. All right. Thank you. House is High Fresh Magazine 99.7. Let's get it.